And speaking of Halloween, as we look towards the end of the week, we are looking a bit drier, but between now and then, we've got some rain in the forecast.
Yeah, tomorrow's going to be an impact day. Huge impact from Hurricane Melissa in Jamaica today. Taylor has the latest on that in just a moment, but let's start with the here and now with a mostly cloudy sky over Birmingham and a high temp today that only got to 61 degrees, about 10 degrees below average. Wind is out of the northeast at 3, and we haven't had rain yet today in Birmingham, but it's not far off on First Warning Live radar. Rain beginning to really cover up Marion County and northern Lamar County, starting to sneak into Fayette County and Winston County. Some of this not reaching the ground, but a big chunk of it is, especially in Mississippi. And the farther southwest you go, the heavier and more active the thunderstorms get. There's a tornado watch in effect in parts of Louisiana, and you can see the individual severe thunderstorm warnings there on the map. All this is moving toward Alabama tonight, but we will not be getting the thunderstorms out of this. Maybe a clap of thunder early in the morning, 6:30 a.m. It may be raining hard in Jasper and Coleman, Oneonta, Gadsden, Birmingham, Hoover, Irondale, Chelsea, and Columbiana. Then another batch is coming through Tuscaloosa. Here's the catch, though. There may be about a 5-10 minute window here and there where it's not raining, and there might even be as long as 30 minutes to an hour in between heavy downpours early tomorrow morning. So don't let your guard down. If it's not raining where you are at that moment when you step outside, you're probably still going to want some rain gear through the day. The back edge of the rain passes around 11:30 a.m. in Birmingham, and it transitions over toward the east through the afternoon. But that's just the persistent rain, because there are still more scattered showers to go throughout Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening. Total rainfall, not extremely impressive, but enough to really consider that there's going to be some rain around. As much as an inch of rain around Winfield, maybe a bit more in some spots in the Tennessee Valley. From Birmingham south, I think we're dealing with more of a fraction of an inch. Quarter inch to a tenth of an inch around Clanton, Sylacauga, Alabaster up to Anniston, maybe about a half inch or a bit more than that in parts of Jefferson County. And with the wind, tomorrow's a cold day by October standards. Feels like temp at 41 just after noon in Double Springs. That's 12:30 on Wednesday. Feels like 53 in Ashland. And look at this, it just gets colder as the afternoon goes on. And a lot of that has to do with a brisk wind too, gusting occasionally over 20 or 30 miles per hour throughout the afternoon. So tonight, rain is on the way in. Tomorrow, downpours are likely. And then tomorrow afternoon, a pretty good chance of wet weather continues. High temps are only going to be in the 50s at best. That's why it's an impact day, just kind of a breezy, wet, nasty day. Thursday, we're in better shape. Friday, there's a pretty good chance we could see some scattered frost early Friday morning. Temperatures only have to be in the upper 30s for that to happen. It's not a killing frost for most, but it might be the first frost of the season for many communities. And then you look down toward the Halloween evening forecast. Temps are going to be dropping into the 50s. The weekend looking mostly dry, brief shower or two possible on Sunday. But Taylor, Melissa has been an incredible storm today.
Yeah, and I fear we just really don't have a good idea of exactly the impacts that have been felt so far in Jamaica from this system. And we're probably not going to get a really good idea of just kind of the devastation until during the day tomorrow. Of course, getting dark now. That center of the system now moving off the northern edge of the island, and it's going to be moving back into the Caribbean before making landfall early tomorrow in Cuba. But it did make landfall earlier today as a Category 5 hurricane, and as I mentioned, we'll probably get a better idea of some of, unfortunately, that destruction through the day tomorrow. Right now, it's still a Category 4 hurricane, and it is projected to maintain that Category 4 strength as it approaches Cuba very early tomorrow morning. It will then move into the Bahamas as a major Category 3 hurricane by Wednesday afternoon and evening before moving towards potentially Bermuda later in the week. So we'll keep an eye on this system. No direct impacts to the United States from the system, but unfortunately it does appear that this likely caused a lot of devastation for the island of Jamaica.